What is your job? Who is responsible for this task? Where are you from? Where is the meeting? When is your break? When is our next lesson? Why is it important? How is your day? How is your family? How is your new job? How is your health?
Child, children. Person, people. Man, men. Woman, women. Foot, feet. Tooth, teeth. Work. Clean. Cook. Help. Use. Open. Close. Carry. Fix. Bring. Take. Ask. Answer. Show. Explain. Buy. Deliver. Check. Wait. Repeat. Can you please help me? Can you please wait for me? Can you please give me a minute? Can you please explain it again? Can you please call me later? No problem. Anytime. Sure. Of course. No worries. No rush. Take your time. You're grand. I don't mind. I'm on it. When can you start work? Who can I ask for help? What time can we meet? Who can help us with the project? Who can show me the way? When can I call you back? 6:05. 7:10. 7:15. 8:20. 9:20. 10:25. 11:30. 25 to 1. 20 to 2. 2:45. 10 to 4. 5 to 5. 5 o'clock. 6 a.m. 6 p.m. 12 a.m. 12 p.m. I wake up early. I don't wake up early. I have a car. I don't have a car. I drink coffee. I don't drink coffee. I eat healthy food. I don't eat healthy food. I use a computer. I don't use a computer. I take medicine. I don't take medicine. I use public transport. I don't use public transport. I rent an apartment. I don't rent an apartment. I study at college. I don't study at college. I work full-time. I don't work full-time. I work part-time. I don't work part-time. I spend time with family. I don't spend time with family. I have a hobby. I don't have a hobby. I go for a walk every day. I don't go for a walk every day. I have a driving license. I don't have a driving license.
Do you wake up early? Do you drink coffee? Do you walk to work? Do you study at college? Do you eat healthy food? Do you have a car? Do you rent an apartment? Do you spend time with family? Do you have a driving license? I eat vegetables every day. I call my family once a week. I travel twice a month. I eat snacks 3 times a day. I drink tea a few times a day. I go shopping a few times a month. I always wake up early. I'm always on time. I usually go to bed late. I'm usually busy in the morning. I often go for a walk in the evening. I'm often tired after work. I sometimes forget my keys at home. I'm sometimes late for work. I rarely drink coffee in the evening. I'm rarely available after 11 p.m. I never drink soda. I'm never in a bad mood in the morning.
In the morning. In the afternoon. In the evening. In January. In February. In 2024. In summer. In winter. In spring. In autumn. On Monday. On Tuesday. On weekdays. On a holiday. On my day off. On a workday. On the 1st of January. On the 2nd of February. At night. At midnight. At lunchtime. At the moment. At the weekend. At 5 p.m. Which would you prefer, tea or coffee? I prefer. I like both options. None of them.
What do you usually do in the morning? What do you like to eat for breakfast? What do you do in your free time? What do you do at weekends? What do you like about Ireland? Where do you usually go shopping? Where do you work? Where do you usually meet your friends? Where do you want to live in the future? Where do you usually buy clothes? When do you usually go on vacation? When do you do your homework? When do you clean your house? When do you go for a walk? When do you feel the most energetic? What time do you wake up? What time do you usually have breakfast? What time do you go to bed? What time do you leave home in the morning? What time do you usually have dinner? How do you usually spend your weekends? How do you get here? How do you relax after a long day? How do you improve your English? How do you usually spend your evenings? How often do you eat fast food? How often do you go shopping? How often do you call your friends? How often do you go for a walk? How often do you check your phone? I think this car is very good because it's fast, safe, and comfortable. In my opinion, this house is great because it is big and modern. I guess this park is great because it is quiet and clean. For me, technology is interesting and useful. I think this task is boring, but it is also important. In my opinion, this book is interesting and smart. I guess this plan is smart and possible, but also difficult. I think this neighborhood is great because it is safe and friendly. In my opinion, this furniture is modern and comfortable. I believe this technology is useful and exciting. I think this restaurant is great because the food is delicious and fresh. In my opinion, this lesson is useful, but it is difficult. I think this news is terrible and sad. I believe this process is important, but it is slow. Bakery, pharmacy, post office, train station, bus station, swimming pool, cafe, hotel, clothes store, beauty salon, cathedral, college, playground, sports center, car park, cinema, petrol station, shopping mall, Garda station, library. There is a modern library in Longford town. There isn't a cinema in Ballymahon. There are some friendly cafes in Edgeworthstown. There aren't any shopping centres in Granite. There is a beautiful cathedral in Longford. There isn't a swimming pool in Drumlish. There is a cheap pharmacy in Lanesborough. There is a small post office in Edgeworthstown. Is there a good cafe in this area? Is there a good swimming pool in your town? Is there a safe car park near the shopping centre? Is there a comfortable hotel in the city centre? Are there any exciting places in this town? Is there a hospital in your town? Is there a big post office in your area? Is there a good beauty salon nearby? There are some new hotels in Ireland. There aren't any new hotels in Ireland. There are some exciting places in Dublin. There aren't any exciting places in this area. There is a small post office in Longford. There isn't a post office in Longford. There is a problem. There is a message for you. There is a meeting at 10. There is an issue we need to talk about. There is a chance. There is a solution. There is enough time. There are many options. There are some good ideas. Is there a problem? Is there anything I can do? Are there any questions? Are there any updates? Ask for help. Be professional. Finish work on time. Follow the rules. Focus on your task. Leave early. Plan your day. Rest. See a doctor. Solve problems. Stay calm. Take a break. Try again. I asked for help when I need it. We are careful at work. They are professional and polite. We finish on time every day. I always follow the rules. I leave early on Fridays. I plan my day every morning. She sees a doctor once a year. We solve problems together. I take a break at 1 o'clock. I try again when I make a mistake. You must come on time. You must listen carefully. You must follow the rules. You mustn't be late. You mustn't talk during the exam. You mustn't use your phone here. You should ask for help when something is unclear. You should be careful when you use sharp tools. You should be professional in your communication. You should drink more water during the day. You should eat healthy food to feel better. You should exercise to stay strong and active. You should finish your project on time. You should follow the rules to avoid problems. You should go to bed early if you feel tired. You should learn more words every week. You should read more to improve your English. You should rest if you feel tired or sick. You should solve problems, not ignore them. You should stay calm when things go wrong. You should stay positive even on difficult days. You should take a break every 2 hours. You should talk to your manager if you have questions. You shouldn't be late for work. You shouldn't forget your homework. You shouldn't ignore your problems. Should I call the doctor? Should we take a break now? Should we ask the manager? Should I try again? What should I do now? Where should we go after work? When should I call the manager? Who should I ask for help? Where should I keep my documents? When should I take a break? What should I do if I feel tired? Have you got a favorite place in Longford? Have you got a driving license? Have you got a car? Have you got a husband or a wife? Have you got plans for the weekend? Yesterday. The day before yesterday. Last night. Last week. Last year. 2 days ago. A week ago. An hour ago. A long time ago. Many years ago. When I was a child.
I am on a break. I was on a break. He is tired. He was tired. It is ready now. It was ready yesterday. We are responsible for this task. We were responsible for this task. You are a good driver now. You were a bad driver 2 years ago.
What was your first job? When was your last holiday? Where were you last weekend? Worked. Cooked. Talked. Watched. Finished. Played. Lived. Called. Cleaned. Moved. Used. Started. Visited. Needed. Wanted. Decided. Invited. I worked yesterday. She didn't cook dinner last night. We talked on the phone. He didn't finish his homework. I liked the film. They didn't live in Spain last year. It rained all day. She called her mum. We moved to a new house. I stayed at home. We didn't wait for the bus. The class didn't start at 9 a.m. He needed help.
Go, went. Have, had. Do, did. Get, got. Make, made. Say, said. Take, took. Come, came. See, saw. Know, knew. Give, gave. Find, found. Think, thought. Tell, told. Leave, left. Feel, felt. Bring, brought. Begin, began. Meet, met. Buy, bought. I went to the market yesterday. I didn't go to work on Sunday. She had a sandwich for lunch. He didn't have time to call me. We did our homework in the evening. He didn't get your message. I took a break at 1. They didn't see me. I knew the answer. She didn't know about the meeting. He brought his laptop to the office. I didn't bring my ID. The class began at 9 o'clock. It didn't begin on time. We met at the station. They didn't meet us at the airport. I bought a new jacket. She didn't buy anything.
What do you do? What do you like about your job? What do you eat for breakfast? What do you do in your free time? What does it mean? Who do you live with? Who do you work with? Who do you go shopping with? Who does he live with? Who do you spend weekends with? Who does she walk to school with? Who do you share a room with? Who does he go out with? When do you wake up? When do you usually go shopping? When does your child finish school? When do you start work? When do you go to bed? When do you visit your family? When do they clean the house? When does she cook dinner? When do you have free time? When does he go to the gym? How do you get to work? How do you feel today? How does she spend her weekends? How do you study English? How does he relax after work? How long do you sleep at night? How long do you work every day? How long do you wait for the bus? How long does it take? How often do you cook at home? How often do you go to the gym? How often do you go shopping? How often do you drink coffee? Why do you learn English? Why do you like your job? Why does she eat only at home? Why does he go to bed early? Why don't you drink milk? Why don't you work on Fridays? Why doesn't he help you at home? Why don't you go to the gym? Why doesn't she eat meat? Why doesn't he like this idea? Where do you live? Where do you work? Where does he park his car? Where do you usually go on Sundays? Where does your husband work? How many children do you have? How many hours do you work every day? How many languages do you speak? How many cups of coffee do you drink? How many friends do you have? How many lessons does your child have on Monday? How much money do you spend on food? How much time do you need? How much water do you drink every day? How much time does he spend on the phone? What kind of food do you like? What kind of music do you listen to? What kind of books do they read? What kind of tea does she drink? What kind of shows do you watch? What kind of games do your children play? What kind of movies do you enjoy? Whose car do they drive? Whose advice do you follow? Whose house do you visit? Whose idea do you like? Which bus do you take to work? Which shop do you go to? Which drink do you prefer, tea or coffee? Which subject does your child like? Which team does he support? Which movie do you want to watch? What food do you cook at home? What music do you listen to? What TV shows do you watch? What games does your child play? What time do you get up? What subjects does your child study? What food does your husband like? What websites do you visit? Are you okay? Are you tired? Are you busy? Are you at work? Are you ready? Is she your sister? Is he your friend? Is it cold today? Is this your car? Is that your house? Is that okay with you? Is this clear? Is it ready? Are they ready? Are your parents home? Are we late? Am I late? Am I in the right place? What is your name? What is your date of birth? What is your phone number? What is your email address? Where is your phone? Where is your car? Where are you from? Who are your neighbors? How are you? How long is your lunch break? Why are you here? Do you like your job? Do you get me? Do you see what I mean? Do you work every day? Do you live alone? Do you have children? Does she drive a car? Does he like coffee? Where do you work? Where do you live? Where does she work? Where does he live? What do you eat for breakfast? What kind of music do you like? What kind of films do you watch? What kind of books do you read? Why do you study English? Why do you like your job? When do you wake up? When do you go shopping? Who do you live with? Who do you work with? How do you get to work? How often do you exercise? How long do you sleep? How long does it take? How long does it last? Where do you usually go? Where does this bus go? Where do you spend your weekends? What does it mean? What do you think? What do you need? What do you usually do after work? What do you want for dinner? Why don't you ask your manager? What do you think about this idea? What do you think about this place? What time is it? How are you today? Do you need any help? Is everything okay? Do you want some tea or coffee? Do you have any questions? What's your plan for today?
Big, bigger, the biggest. My house is big. Big, bigger, the biggest. My house is big. His house is bigger. That house is the biggest. Small, smaller, the smallest. This dog is small. That cat is smaller. The hamster is the smallest. Fast, faster, the fastest. Volkswagen is fast. A BMW is faster. A Ferrari is the fastest. Tall, taller, the tallest. The Empire State Building is tall. The Shanghai Tower is taller. The Burj Khalifa is the tallest. Cold, colder, the coldest. Germany is cold. Norway is colder. Antarctica is the coldest. Easy, easier, the easiest. This exercise is easy. The next one is easier. The last one was the easiest. Interesting, more interesting, the most interesting. The book is interesting. The movie is more interesting. The game is the most interesting. The book is interesting. The movie is less interesting. The game is the least interesting. Difficult, more difficult, the most difficult. Spanish is difficult. German is more difficult. Chinese is the most difficult. Chinese is difficult. German is less difficult. Spanish is the least difficult. Good, better, the best. Your idea is good. His idea is better. Her idea is the best. Bad, worse, the worst. The weather is bad. Yesterday it was worse. Last month was the worst. Far, farther, the farthest. Lviv is far from Kiev. Warsaw is farther. New York is the farthest.
Appeal to. The idea of traveling appeals to me. Believe in. She believes in hard work. Belong to. This book belongs to my sister. Boast about. He always boasts about his car. Depend on. It depends on many factors. Differ from. Your task differs from mine. Discourage from. I discouraged him from making a quick decision. Inquire about. She inquired about the price of the course. Insist on. They insist on starting the meeting now. Involve in. We involved everyone in the planning process. Specialize in. He specializes in cybersecurity. Suffer from. Many people suffer from back pain. Volunteer for. She volunteered for the weekend project. Think about. I often think about changing my career. Stand for. EU stands for European Union. Concentrate on. I need to concentrate on my task. Deal with. He knows how to deal with difficult customers. Smile at. She smiled at the baby in the stroller. Work on. I'm working on a new project.
Be, was, were. I was tired last night. We were late for work. Become, became. She became a doctor. Begin, began. They began the project on Monday. Break, broke. I broke the car. Bring, brought. She brought her laptop to work. Build, built. They built a new house. Buy, bought. I bought a new phone. Choose, chose. He chose to stay home. Come, came. She came to the meeting. Do, did. I did my homework. Drink, drank. He drank a glass of water. Drive, drove. She drove to the office. Eat, ate. They ate dinner at 6. Fall, fell. He fell off the bike. Feel, felt. I felt tired but happy. Find, found. She found her keys. Fly, flew. He flew to Paris. Forget, forgot. I forgot her name. Get, got. She got a promotion. Give, gave. He gave me his phone number. Go, went. I went to the cinema yesterday. Have, had. I had breakfast at 8. No, knew. He knew the answer. Leave, left. She left early in the morning. Make, made. They made a cake for me. Meet, met. I met her at the birthday party. Read, read. I read that book. Run, ran. She ran 5 kilometers. Say, said. He said hello. See, saw. I saw that movie. Sit, sat. She sat on the bench. Speak. Spoke. He spoke English with a new client. Take. Took. She took my keys. Teach. Taught. He taught English at school. Tell. Told. I told you the truth. Think. Thought. She thought about your idea. Write. Wrote. He wrote an email to his boss.